Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be going through PSLE 2024 question number 34. Okay, so we just start from here. Okay, ignore the rest of the stuff above first. So let's take a look. Okay, Joel investigated the effect of substance X, okay, on the eggshell of animal Y. He placed 3 similar pieces of eggshell in 40 ml of water in each tube ABC. He added different masses of substance X to ABC, recorded his finding. So in this case, very clear cut. Change variable is a mass of X added. The findings will be your measured variable. Is something the result has been obtained or being discussed. So the results, which is your finding, that will be your measured variable. In this case, the measured variable is as stated, thickness of eggshell. Okay, then the change variable with the mass of X added. So very clear cut, you can see 0, 3, 6. That means you read this way, right? Okay, that means this one increase, the eggshell become thinner. Okay, thinner than much thinner. So the thickness, right? Thickness actually decrease. So you can say thickness decrease. Okay, so in this way you can put it this way: as the mass of X added increases, the thickness of the eggshell decreases. Okay, or you can put it another way. Okay, the greater the mass of X added, the thinner the eggshells become. Okay, you can, or lastly you can say substance X caused the eggshell to become thinner. So these are 3 ways that you can talk about it. Okay, just choose either one of the answer. Either one will be fine. Okay, so next up, the female adult animal Y lay its eggs in a nest made of dead plant. Then this dead plant decompose, right? They produce eggs. So this is related to this. Okay, this is related to this. It produces eggs. Then eggs cause eggshell to become thinner. So suggest how this behavior of adult Y help the developing animal Y in the egg. So it's trying to ask you for a benefit, not the disadvantage. Okay, but actually when I'm reading this question, right, it sounds to me more like a disadvantage when you have a thinner eggshell. Okay, so if some of you have played with vinegar and egg before, right, or you have done this before, you'll realize that if you put the egg and the vinegar, right, the eggshell will start to dissolve. It becomes thinner and thinner, and then it will become something like this, where your eggs is a little bit bouncy. So this kind of eggs, right, if it's in the natural environment where we have acid rain hitting on the eggshell, right, the eggshell become thinner, and after all the eggshell dissolve, right, it will not allow the chick to be fully developed. So this is actually a disadvantage when you have a thinner eggshell. Okay, so in the real world, probably this is what I'm thinking right now. So if you soak the egg inside a vinegar, right, the vinegar will react with the eggshell, dissolving it, leaving it a fragile rubbery membrane. So this process will damage the developing embryo, which is the fertilized egg. Okay? Fertilized eggs, making it impossible for the chick to break free and hatch. So in this case, this eggs was considered being damaged, so the chick will not hatch. But in this case, you look carefully at the question. The question is really asking you for a benefit, a helpful part when you have a thinner eggshell. So you cannot use this as a reason. Okay, so one possible reason is that when the eggshell is rather thinner, so the chick can break free of the shell more easily. So you can write it in this way. Okay, substance X cause the eggshell to become thinner, allowing the developing animal Y, so using the same phrase again, okay, to break out of the thin shell more easily. So it can hatch more easily. Indirectly, I'm trying to say that it can hatch more easily. Okay, so this will be part of the answer for part B. Okay, part C is a little bit complicated with graph. Okay, the graph shows the percentage of female and male animal Y that hatched from the egg, which were kept at different temperature. So you got 26 until 34, and you have different amount of male and female being hatched. Okay, so this is percentage. Okay, state the temperature state, that means 26 to 34, you choose one. Okay, at which the eggs of animal Y should be kept to ensure the continuity of its kind. Explain your answer. That means which temperature will you choose, right, to allow our animal Y to continue to have their offspring, okay, to continue to fertilize, to reproduce, to have their offspring. So in this case, you will choose actually 32, because 32, right, you have equal number. When you have equal number, you can increase the chance of the male mating with the female. Okay, so the ratio in this case will be 1:1. So it will have a higher chance of the male mating with the female. Therefore, you increase the number of eggs being fertilized, and you will allow more offsprings to be hatched from there. So this part, okay, let me show it to you. Okay, at 32, the same number or percentage of male and female hatch. This makes it more likely that each male can find a female to mate with. So it's increased the likelihood, right? So more eggs can be fertilized and hatched into more Y. Or you can say, the last part of reasoning, okay, you can say this balance increases the chance of mating between each male and each female when you have equal amount of them, okay, ensuring more eggs can be fertilized and hatched into offspring. So this is one way to answer. So let me just highlight this part. At 32, the same number of male and female hatch. So this is the evidence. This is the evidence. Okay, maybe let me just quote it here. This is the evidence. This is the evidence. This is the choice. Okay, this part is your reasoning. This part is your reasoning. The reasoning can be this one. Okay. The reasoning can be this: make it more likely that each male can find a female to mate with, so more eggs can be fertilized and hatched into more Y. The word fertilized is a keyword here. Or your another reasoning is, this is another reasoning, these balances increase the mating between each male and each female, ensuring more eggs can be fertilized and hatched into offspring. So these are two ways. Okay, the word offspring or hatch into more offspring, right, already directly answer this question. Ensure continuity of its own kind, means you having more offspring. Okay, the rest of temperature you cannot choose it, and that there is a reason why. So if you choose 34, right, there is a lot. There is 100% male. That means there is no female. No female, there is no egg for the male to fertilize. Likewise, if you choose everything to be if you choose at 26 or 28, everything is female. If everything is female, there's eggs, but there's no male to meet with them. Okay, that's why you cannot choose these two. Okay, or rather you cannot choose these three. 30 is also you can't, because the proportion between the male and female, right, is very skewed towards the female part. So there's an unbalance. There's an imbalance between the male and female rate ratio. So that's why for reproduction, right, we always try to choose the ratio that are more or less equivalent. Okay, that means 50% male, 50% female. That is the best outcome to have to ensure the continuity of their own kind, especially when the reproduction process require both male and female to participate in the process to allow their offspring to be born. Okay, so on a side question, this can be something that could be asked. Okay, let's say suggest why the number of animal Y may decrease if the temperature reaches 34. So if the temperature reaches 34, right, the number of Y will decrease. Is because probably you cannot have your offspring being hatched. There is just too many males. No female that can produce the eggs for the males to fertilize them. Okay, so this is one way that you can answer it. So at 34, no female animal Y are hatched. Okay, only male, right? So no female. So the reasoning is, without female Y to mate with the males, no eggs can be produced or fertilized. Okay, without female, no eggs can be produced, because mostly the females will be the one that producing the eggs. So no eggs can be produced or fertilized. Therefore, no new animal Ys will be hatched. Okay. So this is one way to look at it if there's a side question coming out. So okay. So with that, we are more or less done with this question. Question number 34. Okay. Let me just zoom out so that you can have a clearer view. Okay, of that. Okay. Thank you very much.